I've built a lot of my success off finding these truly gifted people and not settling for B and C players, but really going for the A players. And I found something. I found that when you get enough A players together, when you go through the incredible work to find 5 of these A players, they really like working with each other because they've never had a chance to do that before. And they don't want to work with B and C players, and so it becomes self-policing, and they only want to hire more A players. And so you build up these pockets of A players, and it propagates. And that's what the Mac team was like. They were all A players. And these were extraordinarily talented people.
But there are also people who now say that they don't have the energy anymore to work for you.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Oh, I think if you talk to a lot of people on the Mac team, they will tell you it was the hardest they've ever worked in their life. Some of them will tell you it was the happiest they've ever been in their life. But I think all of them will tell you that it is certainly one of the most intense and cherished experiences they will ever have in their life.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they did.
So, it's some of those things you are not sustainable for some people.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome to All Hands Meeting 32. We're really excited that you're here with us today to watch the show. Can't tell you enough about how much I love that video, and I was really searching for something to open up this All Hands Meeting to really talk about our success. And as Steve Jobs, the late Steve Jobs had put it, what made his company great early on is he was a really great talent scout. And what he did is he hyper-focused on the right people, hyper-focused on getting truly A players in his words or in his world at Mac, whatever that deemed to be an A player, versus settling with B and C players. And folks, I stand here today at All Hands Meeting 32 to unequivocally say the success of our company and where we stand today and this entire All Hands Meeting is predicated on the fact that we have the best of the best in the industry. We have an amazing group of human beings. Call them A players, call them whatever you want, but this is probably by far the best team we've ever assembled at Roma Molding to date. And it's no surprise that setting up a great team of A players, success is imminent. And boy, do we have an all-hands meeting packed with tons of wins, tons of successes, obviously trials and tribulations. And as Steve stated, just because we have A players, we don't just sit on that. This team has worked vigilantly. They've probably worked the hardest they've ever worked, certainly during this pandemic, but have never been challenged so much, probably in their careers. And what's remarkable is it's all that hard work, all that tenacity, really is the essence of why we're doing so well. And this all hands meeting is proof. So this is not just, fairy tales and rainbows. This all hands meeting is jam-packed with statistics on our success. Now, we haven't, hit everything 100%. I'm not here to tell you that. But what I am here to tell you that, but by far, this team, this company, is leading the industry in almost every key metric. And it's no surprise why we're here stronger than ever as a company. And I'm just so proud to share this stage in a little bit with some other awesome humans who are going to be sharing their successes. Also, they'll also be sharing where they may have not come to the highest peak, but are so driven, so determined to make that happen for the back half of 2021. We're just so excited. And we're happy you're here, and we hope you sit back and enjoy this amazing show. And we hope this gives you certainly insights into our business, but most importantly, insights in who lights up Roma Molding. Who brings it to life? And I encourage you to to ask a lot of questions post all hands meeting. If you do have questions, feel free to reach out to me. Feel free to reach out to anyone on our company. But I can guarantee you, as you watch the show, it'll all make sense as to where we are and certainly where we're headed. And I can tell you, folks, the best is yet to come. We have a tremendous amount of great things in store from what we accomplished first half of the year, but also what's coming into the latter part of 21, but even into 22, some great things. So hope you enjoy that. I thought I'd start out with an update. I want to give everybody a really clear update. We have 3 really cool updates. First update is our art shop production. So we call it various different things, but for all intents and purposes, it's our fulfillment within our business. And fulfillment has been on fire. We are doing remarkably well. A lot of partners have flocked to us for a number of reasons. Not only we have great products, but folks, our quality and attention to detail and that we deliver on time has us garnering a lot of the business that otherwise is out there. And there's still plenty more to come, with surprises into the second half of 2021, which I won't share yet, but are in the works, and we're just about to ink some documents. So it'll be really fun. But Art Shop in general has been doing amazing. So I want to talk to you about our expansion plans within the Art Shop. We're continuously expanding the area in and itself. We're hiring into the Art Shop. So if you're out there and want to join our team, we're always looking for remarkable, detailed individuals who want to be either on the computer side, the printing, computer digitizing side, or if you want to be on the assembly, you're meticulous, love it, bringing artwork to life. We'd love to see you. Reach out to us at talent@romamolding.com. We'd love to hear from you. But we're certainly expanding this, and we'll be expanding this well into 2021 and 22. So that expansion really is predicated on the growth that we've been having over the last, I would say, 2 years. But most recently, in the last 6 months, it's been an incredible ride. We're continuously doing improvements to the actual infrastructure, machinery, back end, the connectivity to partners. We're wanting to make that process really flow very smoothly but effortlessly, and we've invested time, energy, and money to ensure that that infrastructure is solid, and we're constantly doing improvements as the demand for the product continues to warp. And lastly, as you know, we've developed apps within our company, and the application that we've developed is used by a number of different companies that otherwise take artwork or photo uploads. They then bring it into a canvas. Then we frame it, put mats on it. It is really slick. We are continuously spending time and energy. We have a great team overseeing that project. And that application keeps getting better and wittier. We want to introduce some AI to that application, and we're constantly learning. I mean, we're making a breakthrough application. It's not that this app exists somewhere else and we're trying to replicate it. No, we're actually forging through into an otherwise unknown territory. But I will announce today the application is doing remarkably well, beating partner expectations, beating our expectations, and continues to develop. So we're really excited with the application. We're really excited to where that can bring us. And so I'll have certainly more updates in the months to come, but certainly at the next all hands meeting. So speaking of app development, another area that we've been really focusing in on is our web development and our website. And we've done some remarkable work, and some of which you may know, some of which you may not know or see or feel, but that's okay. We want to talk a little bit about it. We're spending an amazing amount of money in the infrastructure of our website. And what we've done is we've assembled a cross-functional team from varying different parts of our business, whether it's our customer care, logistics, supply chain, operations, marketing, IT, all the various people. We've assembled this amazing team who have been meeting sometimes twice a week, every week for the last 6 to 8 months, and who have worked feverishly to really rethink the Roma website experience. Now, this isn't just some pretty website with pretty pictures. we really have taken a different approach. It's much more of a customer experience approach. But one of the first things we had to do is understand the behavior of the various different people that were using the site. And we've developed certain personas, certain people that are what we deem as users for the website. We have partners and varying different partners, our awesome frame shop owners, our gallery owners, interior designers. How are they interacting with that? And we're grabbing and pulling out some behavioral analytics to make sure we don't guess, but we actually know where they're going, how long they're spending, why they're going there, and what is the execution of that experience. We've also looked internally, because our internal team really leverages the website. So we're looking at, from a production standpoint, how is that being used? From a customer care center, how is that being used? So the cross-functional team was really set up so we understand the varying different parts of our business and how can we rethink our website experience to make it probably by far one of the best user experiences in the industry. We're really excited about that. And so for the first 6 to 8 months, what we've been doing is we really have been improving the back-end infrastructure. Folks, I can't tell you how much work has gone into redefining, recreating the back-end engine. So think of when you see a Ferrari or any car, but we'll use a Ferrari because it's really cool. When you look at that car, you don't see the engine, but you can hear the engine. You can feel the engine. And so we hope that you've been feeling the back-end infrastructure really improve. So some of the feelings would be that it obviously works when you want it to work. It pulls up the right queries when you're looking for a certain item. The speed and agility from when you press search to when that search finds what it's looking for. So we've been really improving that, as well as the security of the site itself. We think security is one of our main objectives, certainly on the web or e-commerce, to make sure that our data is protected. And folks, I can tell you, we've been working with some incredible folks at IT Weapons, our team that has us kind of shielded, and they've created some really great firewalls and things of that nature to ensure that the data is super protected with redundancy. So I can't say enough about it. I'd love to geek out about it, but I'm not that smart in this area. But I can tell you, we've hired the right people, put them in place, and have overhauled that back-end infrastructure. The second part, or the next 6 months, are all dedicated to dripping, to releasing new iterations of the user experience. And this is where it really gets fun. And so think of a house. We've built the foundation, we've built the walls, we've wired in everything. Now it's time to put the drywall in, start taping, putting in the finishing, the baseboards, obviously putting some frames up with art, but it's the beautification of that infrastructure that we're really excited about. Now, it's not going to be like one day and boom, everything changes. We're going to be dripping iterations of this new site in the weeks and months to come. So it's kind of going to be a surprise and delight. So every week, you'll start seeing small improvements until over the course of 4 to 6 months, we believe by next all hands meeting, we'll be at an incredible place. So by November, an incredible place where all these iterations, all these user experiences will be live on the site and be in use. Now, folks, like anything, we're going to still be looking at the behavior analytics. We're still going to be looking at the heat mapping. We're still going to be surveying. I was talking to the team. We want to be able, once it goes live, to survey our team internally, also externally. What do you love? What's working really well? How could we improve? We're going to be constantly iterating on the site. So we want it to get to a certain level and then iterate on it. We think it's going to be incredible. We're super excited. And we have some super high, awesome goals. And so for Tanya Ferraro and a few other people in the room, understand the KPIs to success, because you don't just make something and hope and wish and kind of have nothing predicated to its success. We've defined really clear goals as to what success looks like, and we stated those early on before development. So I'm just sitting back and really looking at the work we've done from an infrastructure standpoint. It's been incredible, and now I am super stoked to start dripping some of that front-end infrastructure, which I think will revolutionize the way people do business with Roma in the, I would say, the months and years to come. We're super excited, and you should be too. So, yeah, a bit of news there on the website. So kind of from an update standpoint, we talked about supply. We talked first about the art shop, and that's been remarkably well. Website development's been remarkably well and on track, and things are going really smooth. The last update I want to give you is actually on supply chain. And listen, folks, we've been doing some ridiculously awesome work. I think the team's worked probably the hardest they've ever worked in their career. But one of the areas that, in some respects, where our hands are tied is supply chain. Now, supply chain is still broken. It is not fixed by any stretch. And when I talk about this, I talk about it from a world perspective. There's still outages. There's still back orders on varying different products. I don't care if you're buying a freezer. I don't care if you're buying Nike shoes. I don't care if you're buying a ladder. There are or a car for that matter. There are still supply chain issues, and we are certainly not immune to those issues. So there continues to be disruption in that supply chain. I'm not sure how long this will last, but what I am sure is that we're working very hard to mitigate what those are. I will tell you there's a ton of volatility in the market right now. You know, one day wood prices could be super high, one day they could drop by 20%, and one day they could jump up. Like it's just been super volatile, and we're trying to not do any knee-jerk reactions to that volatility. So to try to stabilize things has not been easy, but we're working really hard to make that happen. And as well, the scarcity in itself of product. And you know, we get intel reports from the market. They're very detailed, which indicate that there are partners and competitors out there that are suffering from literally back orders that have no ETAs and things of that nature. We're certainly not immune to that, so I don't want to stand here and say we are perfect. But I will tell you, we lead the pack in fill within the industry to what we know. I think our team has done a remarkable job. And when I say our teams in Italy, and the procurement teams, and the people that, you know, secure wood and lumber. And in many respects, we go against what the textbooks say. We're okay with having 8, 9, 10 months of stock. We're okay with that, opposed to what the textbooks say you should have multiple turns throughout the year. That's proven to be very beneficial to us, certainly during a pandemic time, but has also always been our philosophy. And you know, my dad taught me early on, if you don't have the product on the ground in the right spot at the right time, you're just not going to be successful. And so our investment in having that product on the ground has really paved the way for dividends, certainly in a pandemic, but also as we come out of this, we're far stronger as a company. So I think some of those foundational ideologies have really come into play in the height of a pandemic, and we're really excited about that. But I would say why we lead the industry in fill and why we have a far better fill rate in multiple different areas of our business is because of our continuous improvement methodology or ideology within our company. We're never okay with okay. And I was talking to someone that joined our team recently, and he just shared how refreshing it is to join a company that is not okay with okay. A company that if it's not broken, don't touch it. Don't rock the boat. That couldn't be further from the truth here at Roma. If the boat is there, I want you to rock it and see what happens. You know, we've built this company for the stormy weather, not just the smooth sails. And I think that's what's going to set companies apart. And as we opened up and I shared about 8 players, we've been doing that for the last 5, I would even say 10 years. But more importantly, and I think our focus has been how do we curate the best people? We talked about that in culture. And still our mainstay today, how do we procure, how do we attract, how do we retain the best talent? Because when stuff gets rocky, the best people stand up for that. The best people say, how do we go into the flames rather than I'm getting the heck out of here. This is too hot for me. And I can tell you it's so refreshing, it's so invigorating I hope you can feel it in me that I lead a group of people who are otherwise insanely focused on their goals, insanely focused on improving, insanely focused on the customer experience, and insanely focused on wowing our partners. It's no wonder why we're a successful group of people. And I'm just so proud of that. Aside from having remarkable products and services, you need the foundation of remarkable people. And so whether it's supply chain issues or websites or procurement or operations or fulfillment, I just am a firm believer you need to assemble a rock-solid team of awesome people. And the more focused you are on doing that, I can tell you, the other things that pop up will get completed or fixed, even without you as a CEO or top-level leader, without you even knowing. And I can attest within our company, there are failures. There are things that don't go right. But I will tell you, I probably don't hear about them because they get done. And we empower our people to make the right decisions at the right time in the moment to mitigate poor customer experiences. So folks, I'm just super excited. I shared 3 amazing updates. We have so much more in store. We have so many more speakers that are going to be, coming on this stage very shortly. And I'm just super stoked as to where we are and where we're going. This is just a small update on some of the things we've been doing. So moving along, you will hear from various different team members. They're going to be sharing various different facts. They're going to be sharing some initiatives that are going to excite the heck out of you, and I'm super stoked about that. And at the end, we have just an amazing note that we want to share with you all. So moving along, I want to talk a little bit about operations, and no company can be great or remarkable with not an incredible operations team. And so our operations team, what can I say? They've been maneuvering. They've been nimble. They've been really working with us to see what's happening in the moment. So if they have to swell with hours, they've been there for us. If they have to jump on and learn a new skill, they've been for us. There's no magic to offsetting, production challenges. You need great people who are able to be nimble, who are able to say, hey, I'll jump up, I'll learn how to cut, or I'll learn how to join, or I'll learn how to do this. And I'll tell you, it's so refreshing to see cross-functional boards get filled up. It's so awesome to see some people that have been doing, 1 or 2 jobs for 10 years now learning new skills, and you can see they're invigorated on making things happen. And by the way, in real time, they're seeing the data. So as they're pushing buttons or cutting or sawing or doing whatever it is, they're seeing the metrics move up to the favorable numbers, and it's just beautiful to see. So production lead time. So one of the things I think is important to be very transparent in the numbers, so there's no guesswork, and it removes any and all water cooler talk. So our production lead times are as follows right now. Our length is 1 day, and chops and joins are 2 days. Now, this is as of today. This may change. Now, we publish lead times internally, so your BPS, your business partner specialist, should have and does have this data. So if you ever want to be made aware of what are current lead times, we send them out every Monday. So every Monday, the entire company gets a lead time report, so everybody is aware of where things are. Now, obviously, these are what's stated. There are always anomalies. There are always things that we can maneuver. We've baked in small little variances so we can be a bit nimble. But that's where we are with length, chop, and join. And then mirrors and photo frames are at 15 days. Now, these are business days, not including weekends. So 15 would be 3 weeks, just so you know. So mirrors and photo frames are doing really well and are on track. And we also have corner samples and art fulfillment. Our art fulfillment over, I would say, the last 4 months has been a bit swollen. So we like it at around the 20 to 25 mark. It's been 30 to 35, but the team has worked really well to bring that to much more favorable 25 days. Again, that's 5 weeks, just so you know. Now, with our process improvements, with hiring on the new people, the right people, we've been able to really get a lot more output per day. But that's awesome, but that's also been met with more demand. So it's, as we grow, we keep getting more demand. It's a really great, blessed problem to have. And that's why if someone out there wants to join our awesome team, and you're as crazy as we are, we'd love to have you in our various art shops around the country. So those are the lead times, and there you have it. So I want to talk about internal cost of poor quality. So I think you folks know we send out a strategy map at the beginning of the year, well, which is published at the beginning of the year. We finish it around September of the prior year, so that when we enter into January, we already know what those goals and KPIs are. So our internal cost of poor quality has always been something we look towards. So what is internally the cost of bad product? And we've created a goal of 5%. Obviously, we'd love this to be 0, but we have to be realistic. And 5% in the big scheme of things, when we look at it being benchmarked throughout different industries, it's a really great place to be. We're currently at 5.5 year to date. So I think the team has done really well mitigating product coming in to our docks, into our facilities. They've worked very hard, folks. I'm super proud of them. And that gives us a variance of 0.5% off of our goal. So we're about 0.5% above where we should be. But I have a lot of faith in the team that they'll bring that number a little closer to that goal. But I mean, looking at these numbers like this in a time like this is pretty remarkable. So next is our return rate. This is something we've worked super hard on, and it's a double win, right? At the end of the day, internally we don't want returns, and externally we don't want our customers to give us returns, and not because we don't want the return, is just because it leads to a poor customer experience, and that's just not what we show up to do. And so we've really, folks, I can't tell you, this has been actually at the start of 2020 of last year, really assembling the right team of people to say, how do we mitigate returns from leaving this building? And so we've done a remarkable job. I mean, we have a 25-page document on SOPs on how to mitigate returns. And folks, our goal for return is 3.5%. So think of all the products out there, 3.5% is where we can stomach or tolerate. We're not happy with 3.5%, but we're working. This number used to be far higher. We brought that down, and folks, we're actually at our goal of 3.5% with a variance, obviously, of 0. An incredible feat, an incredible achievement by the team. And this is not one man or one woman. This is a group of people super committed to ensuring every product, every stick, every photo frame, every joint frame, every chop is inspected and delivered in an impeccable fashion. And this just leads to remarkable customer experiences, which, again, another kind of area of why our business continues to do well. If we continue to mitigate returns, deliver products in an impeccable shape, partners will continue to flock to us because they'll want that customer experience. Again, not perfect, but remarkable. And so again, kudos to the team for making that happen. So fill rate's very important to us. So fill rate is, this is how we define fill rate at Roma Molding, is did we deliver your product complete? So you had 5 chops, 5 joint frames, 50 feet of length. Did we deliver it complete and on time? So within the fill rate. So we have a 95% goal, and it's probably the hardest goal for us to achieve. Now, I'm going to predicate this with supply chain being disrupted, broken, call it what you want. It's been increasingly difficult. So typically, our fill rates are somewhere in the 87. I think we've had as high as 88%, don't quote me, but somewhere in and along that line. I don't think we've ever hit 90, but it's an amazing goal to have. Right now, we're sitting at a goal of 77%. So certainly not where we want to be, and we're well aware of that. But there are external factors that just mitigate us from having that 95% goal. But it's not going to stop us. And our team's continuous pursuit of figuring out ways to mitigate that into the future has us at 77. But when I look at the statistical data, I'm giving you a snapshot year to date, As we're seeing the data come, it's starting to move upward, and the trend is looking very favorable into what's going to be the busiest time in our industry, which is traditionally the busiest time from September to December. So to our partners out there, thank you for sticking by us, for being understanding and compassionate. We're doing everything we can to make sure that that product is in the right place for you. We oftentimes ask if we could get projections, forecasts, and POs. It's the easiest way to mitigate a poor fill rate. And we also know that sometimes our partners just can't do that. That's not the way the business is run. And so, we're working together, but we're getting better and we're going deeper. And as you go deeper with partners, numbers like this become more intelligent and you work together on mitigating, low numbers. So sit tight on this. Our team is working feverishly to get this in a better state, and the trend is looking upward, so I'm excited about that. But there is a variance right now of 18%, and that delta is big. We're not sitting here saying, well, it's the pandemic, or no, we're not happy with that. And so we're working really hard. It's actually one of our main top 5 goals within the company, and I'm convinced, all things being equal, that this number is going to improve certainly by the months to come, for sure. And so what we usually do is we usually have a message from each of the various different DCs, and I think that's important. So for the folks watching in Toronto, I want to welcome you and welcome you to the show. You guys have been doing a remarkable job, and the team has undergone some really great process improvements, actual physical improvements to the business. And to help lead that charge, we've hired on a new individual here at Roma. And I have a video that I'd like to share and then bring this gentleman up. His name is his name is Carmen Roma, I get those confused. It's like he was made for our company. But Carmen's been a great new addition to our team. He's just about over 100 days. He's actually, I think, about 120 days into the business, has been knee-deep in learning. But I want to play this video so you get to know who Carmen is, and then we'll bring him up, and he wants to share a few words. All right? Hope you enjoy your show.
My name is Carmine Romano. Everybody here calls me Carm. I am the warehouse supervisor here. I've been here with Roma for about 4 months now. I'm making a lot of changes in here. I'm trying to make the warehouse more efficient than it already is now. I've got a great team in the back. They're adapting to change, and I think with time and effort, we can succeed in becoming better than what we are now. What brought me here today, I had an interesting career and a variety of experiences that I've gained over many years. And Roma gave me that opportunity to come and apply those skills here. What surprised me the most about being here at Roma is the atmosphere. When I first started, it was welcoming, it was fun. It's a very warm environment, and I'm glad to be here. I like to spend my downtime with my family and friends. Now with this COVID, it's a little bit more difficult. I try to spend as much as I can with my family and friends, or else I'm just home. Pre-COVID, I played competitive pool. I've played in a lot of tournaments in Canada and in the US. I'm a fun-going guy, and that's pretty much it. Company culture is very important to me because it blurs out the lines between work and play. And Roma does just that. It brings out the most authentic version of yourself. It surrounds you with a lot of people that have the same goals and who want to win together. Favorite core value is number 2, be real and live with integrity. It's transparent. I am that type of person. I'm real. I'm transparent with everything, and integrity is my number one thing. What motivates me is when I meet set target deadlines. It gives me a sense of pride and joy saying that I've achieved that. What inspires me is my parents. I'm grateful for the way they've brought me up, the way they've given me shelter, food, and set me in the proper ways of dealing with life. In 10 years' time, I hope to see myself still here at Roma. It's a great environment to work in. I'm hoping that maybe I can be in a more executive position where I can contribute my knowledge and experience. I hope to encourage productivity and new and effective ways of reaching success among the team, and also bring the fun and happiness that's already here at Roma.
Hey folks, there you have it. Carmen Romano in action at Roma in Toronto. Pretty epic. He's been working really great with the team, assimilating really well, and asking a lot of questions and really trying to garner as much info from the team, and they've been fantastic. But I'd rather hear from Carmen himself, so it's my pleasure to call up Carmen right now to the stage.
Thank you, Tony. How you doing?
Great. All yours, buddy.
Thank you. Hi, everyone. For those that don't know me, my name is Carmine Romano. I'm the DC leader here in Toronto, and I'm excited to be here. Just wanted to share a few things with you. I got a great team in the back. They are amazing. They're great. They welcomed me with open arms. I've asked so many questions. I've listened. I've learned, and it's been an amazing experience right now. So I just wanted to explain or tell you guys a little bit of my first 120 days that I've been here. I've actually went and I've sat down one-on-one with the majority of the staff, and I've learned and I've listened and I've asked questions so that we can make Roma better than we're already at. As far for continuous improvement, the team and I are actually, we've actually done some rearranging in the art shop. We made it for a better flow. We've done some, we've actually changed the packaging area. I've had the opportunity to speak with the actual staff and got their input of what would make them work more efficient, what would make it easier for them. And, you know, we worked together and we did it, right? What I'm doing next is basically we're working on the photo frames area. We're going to be doing that the next couple of weeks. We're going to be starting on that. We are going to go into also the length department and the corner samples. That's what we're going to be doing. My other thing I want to do is I want to fully cross-train everybody in the actual warehouse. Why is that important? It's important so that we have a better flow. In case we are extremely busy, we have, I can actually pull people from different departments and put them into that specific place that we need them. That's pretty much what I'm doing, what I've done, and what my continuous improvements are for the next time coming up. And just before I go, I just wanted to thank the Roma team. I'm really grateful and excited for what they've done and the way they welcomed me here. And I'm excited to where we're heading. And at this time, I'd like to call up Tony again.
Awesome. Thanks, Carmen.
Thanks, Tony.
Hope you had a good time. And there you have it. So a lot of great things in store. And I'm sure the latter part of 2021, moving into 2022, will even be greater. Great. Thanks so much. Yeah, so there you have it. That's Toronto, folks. And I can't thank the team enough for welcoming Carmen, for bringing him in. He's, 120 days here at Roma, but yet he's learned leaps and bounds, and that's because of your commitment. You guys are awesome humans. Thank you for welcoming him. Thank you for embracing him. Thank you for listening to his ideas. He comes with a wealth of knowledge, and he's a big heart. When you get to know Carmen, you'll see he's all heart and he's all passion. Coming on stage oftentimes gets you a bit antsy, but Carmen, I think you did great. Folks, continue to embrace Carmen, and for the other DC leaders. I know you guys have been working together, so thank you so much. So moving along, I'd like to talk a little bit about the Georgia team, the Atlanta team. Heck, for all the folks in Atlanta, you know who you are. Thank you, for doing everything you can. I think you guys have been working really well. We've had some trials and tribulations in the first half of 2021, but you guys always step up. Atlanta, or Hotlanta as we call it, always steps up to the plate. just a bunch of beautiful human beings. And once again, supporting your DC leader there has been remarkable. So thank you for doing that. And, I'd love to say I have, Jeff here today, but we do have a recording from Jeff, our DC leader. And here's what Jeff had to say.
Hello and good morning and good afternoon, whichever it may be. This is Jeff Smith, Operations Manager for Atlanta Branch. I wanted to spend a few minutes with you talking to you today about some of the things going on in the Atlanta Branch this past year. A couple of accomplishments that we have done over the past year. The first one would be the safety aspect of what we do on a day-in, day-out basis. And we've had no lost work time of safety issues in 2 years and 2 months now at the facility. Secondly, another team accomplishment is keeping the flexibility mentality of what can we do to help our customer in their time of need when they have a last minute issue that arises, whether their fault, our fault, doesn't matter. We want to do what we can do to initiate the wow factor for all of our partners. And one of the ways we do that is by staying flexible and helping them facilitate last minute changes to orders or just last minute orders in general, trying to make delivery deadlines for them and their customer on behalf of their customers. One focus area we're going on looking forward is going to be continuing to dig deep and dig into the mistakes that we can easily correct, such as wrong items, wrong cuts, and so forth. We will continue to make that our primary focus to eliminate the senseless errors. The gratitude shout out specifically goes to Kaylee Ricks. Kaylee is the unsung hero behind Atlanta Branch, and everybody should know that by now. She was left single-handed when Haley left in January. In 4 months, we didn't have a fill-in for anybody really to help her out. So for 4 months, she kind of carried the whole admin section and put it on her back and carried it for us. So a really huge shout-out goes to Kaylee Ricks for her always positive spirit, positive attitude, can-do willingness to get things done. That does it here for Atlanta. Thank you.
So that was awesome. Thank you so much, Jeff, for sharing your wisdom and for doing such a great job. And thank you to the Atlanta team. Moving forward, I'd like to talk a little bit about New Jersey. Miss you guys so much. The New Jersey team led by Brian there. Brian, you're doing a great job. New Jersey team, you're kicking butt. I know that there were also some challenges here and there, certainly during the height of the pandemic. You guys are a strong bunch of people in Jersey, and you rose to the occasion. You're doing great. I know you're collaborating with various different operations teams to make sure we're mitigating any, or offsetting any delays. But I love where you guys are headed. And Brian's a stand-up guy. And if anybody knows Brian, he's all heart, hard-working guy. I miss you guys so much, but this is what Brian has to say. Take a listen.
Good morning, everyone. This is Brian Harvey, and I'm the operations leader here for Roma at our great New Jersey facility. And I wanted to talk about a couple of our team accomplishments we've had so far this year. In spite of a challenging start to 2021, we have been able to maintain our lead times for our shipments to our great Roma partners. A second accomplishment is that we have hired a new team member for our facility, and obviously onboarding and training any team member takes a team effort, and everybody is doing a great job. A focus moving forward is going to be in our mirror department, where we are currently cross-training current team members to assist in this department to improve our overall efficiency. Gratitude and shout out is going to go to Andy Reyes. Andy is a longtime Roma team member here, and he's just a great asset to have. His primary role isn't inventory, but he moves from department to department where needed, and he's just great to have on this team. Also, our team as a whole is doing a great job. We've had some challenges with regards to personnel, but everybody has really stepped up, and it's great to have everybody on the team. Thank you to all of our Roma partners for their continued support, and enjoy the rest of the All Hands meeting.
Way to go, Brian and team. You guys constantly do a great job in New Jersey. I miss you all. The team has really done some remarkable work over the course of the last year. Continue to do some great work. There's much more demand in that distribution center. We're just working really great. As Brian indicated, there obviously were challenges. The team there, you guys work so great together. There's a lot of tenure there, and led with Brian. Brian's an amazing guy. He's all heart. Brian's right in there. The guy's, you're a great guy, Brian, and we're so lucky and proud to have you as part of the team there and leading the way in New Jersey. And so look forward to more great things out of New Jersey. So moving along, I'd like to talk a little bit about California, sunny California. So to all the California team, I salute you guys. I miss you as well. Haven't seen you in so long. Feels like it's been forever. I think it's been 2+ years since the closure of the pandemic and the world. Hope to see you guys soon. But having said that, Anthony's got a great message for us. Let's listen to Anthony.
Hi, this is Anthony, the operations manager at Roma Molding in our beautiful LA area. I'm going over a couple accomplishments I'd like to share from our team here so far. We've kept up with our lead times during a very busy summer, which is awesome. We've also been cross-training all of our employees in different departments so we could have a quicker turnaround for all orders going out. One of our main focuses here going forward is to hire 2 new Roma employees to help out our team here as well and get them fully trained for our busy season ahead as well. Gratitude and shout out would have to go to Aide Reyes, just a great asset to our team. She has been, when we have photo frame promotion, she got us through that. That was awesome. Everything got out on time. Backed up in corner samples, I put her in there and we get caught up within a week. It's very awesome to have her on the team. And to everybody else there that has just been supporting LA this year, we're still going through some hard times, of course, with personnel and just trying to stay safe and get everything out on time to you guys. And that's about it. So thank you guys, and hope you enjoy the rest of the meeting. Bye-bye.
Way to go, Anthony. Anthony, you constantly, show up and you constantly do great work. We're certainly very, very proud to have you as well. Tons of gratitude to you and your leadership style. And what can I say? Your vibe attracts your tribe, and the folks in California are fantastic. The way that operation moves and hums and just gets things done and executes is incredible. I can't say enough great things. I think Anthony's talked about some of the great things that are happening, some of the great things that we're working towards accomplishing in the next 6 months of the year. Things are looking up. Demand is high. So stay tuned for a lot more great things, certainly out of California, but out of all DCs. And I think a huge salute to each and every one of you who leads our fantastic production team members. We just have remarkable people. And I don't care if you're, touching up a corner sample, chopping or joining, every little nuance that goes into making our product, because we all touch the product in different ways, all makes an impact. And I can't thank you enough, everyone, for your hard work, your tenacity, your care of the product. And it shows with return rates being where they are, internal cost of poor quality being almost, on our goals. You guys are doing fantastic work, despite, and I know there's supply chain issues, so every time a container comes in, everybody's really excited to fill back orders as a first priority and then, move the product into the bins and do what's necessary. So super big gratitude from me and from the leadership team. I know from our partners, thank you for all the hard work you've done. Continue to do. I know it's not an easy job. You make it look easy, but I know it's not easy. And I'm just so impressed. Thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. And keep up the great work, everyone. I hope to see you guys soon. I feel like I'm going to go on a road trip, probably starting with California, Atlanta, come up to Jersey, and come back home when travel permits, because we're still in Canada and there's a bit of a challenge coming back and forth. So with that said, I'd like to move forward and talk about a little something different, our 2021 winter collection. Folks, I can't say enough great things about our winter collection. We launched this, if you recall, at All Hands meeting. I believe it was 30 in November. It was a fantastic launch. A lot of vintage products, a lot of some Art Deco. And if you recall, if you recall the photo, we shared some of the imagery and we paired it really well. If you need any of those digital assets, feel free to, hit up our BPS for sure, but also our marketing team. We'd be happy to get those assets in your hands to help, further propagate what we've launched. So our winter collection has done really well. We've sent over 44,000 corner samples of new product alone. That is incredible. So all the various different DCs have really worked hard to get all these corner samples shipped. So as you see, it's corner samples shipped, not in WIP. We have, I don't know the number of in WIP, but I know the number is very, very low, and it's about 95, if not higher, % of product ordered. That's actually in the hands of our partners. So 44,000 corner samples over the course of 6 months. Amazing feat by our team. Way to go. And furthermore, we've sold over 38,000 linear feet of this product alone. So the product's really garnering some great attention. We think it's had some great sell-through. And this is a great thing we've launched. We've done My Roma Masterpiece. So we've worked with our sales team in conjunction with marketing and our partners, and we held a contest. We held a contest of who could frame the best piece or the more creative piece, voted by the people for the people. And we did this, and we used the hashtag My Roma Masterpiece. It was an amazing contest. I believe it ran for about 2 months, and it just garnered a lot of attention, got a lot of excitement, got the community together. So I'd like to say at this time, I'd like to thank all the various different partners who took place in this promotion. Thank you for your time. Thank you for dedicating your time and creativity into helping, create awareness for our new products, but also awareness for the industry. We'll talk a little bit more about that. I think we all have to do our part to create awareness for our industry, which is otherwise a boutique industry, very cottagey industry, but we want to make it a lot more mainstream and get people thinking about custom framing. So for all the various partners who did participate, we sincerely thank each and every one of you for taking place. And to our BPSs who made this possible, who spread the word about My Roma contest and My Roma Masterpiece. So thank you so very much. And the winner, there obviously has to be a winner, and the winner is voted by our Instagram community. It's not by me, the marketing team, or sales. This is by the community. And the winner of our contest is Aztec Graphics in San Diego, California. If you don't know them, you should. They are remarkable people, very creative in nature, doing really great work. They're beautiful humans, huge ambassadors of the Roma brand, and we thank you for that. And congratulations on the win. It's a big deal. And the piece that won is this piece here. So it's part of our vintage collections. They've mirrored and matched 3 different of our vintage products, put them together, and a beautiful piece there of vintage records. And voted by you, they won. So Aztec Graphics, way to go. Way to go on your creativity in making this piece possible. We have a little message from them that we'd like to share. This is them in their words talking about their masterpiece. Enjoy.
Hey everyone, this is Tim Bailey from Aztec Graphics and the Modern Wall Framing Co. in San Diego, California. And I'd just like to talk about the winning piece from Roma's most recent framing competition that we were able to take a part of. So we decided to go with the Simply Roma Vintage line. Clearly we see a mixture of golds and blacks here. We went with the gold as a dominant color because we wanted to make sure it had a classy look with a modern but retro look at the same time, if that makes sense, if you will. It's a fine line between using too much gold and too little, so that's why we used the black to break it up in the middle. And I think it really helped pull the piece together overall. So we also, first I'd like to thank a few people here, and that's definitely Tony and his team that have worked so hard on just putting on this competition and helping out all his Roma partners. And I'd also like to thank Joanne Garcia, our amazing rep, who's been a part of our business for 20 plus years, and we absolutely adore her. And last but not least, I'd love to thank each and every one of you that decided to vote for us. We all have busy schedules, so it's sometimes hard to hop on even for a second and do the vote. So I really appreciate it, and all of us at Aztec Graphics and the Modern Wall Framing Co. appreciate each and last and every one of you that really helped bring this creativity to life and just gave us this win that we couldn't believe happened. So like I said, thank you very much, and you guys have a good day.
Way to go, Timmy. Thanks so much for the creativity, for the passion. Thanks for agreeing to do the video for us as well. Yeah, they're doing incredible work. So if you want to follow them on Instagram, Facebook, I think you should. They're just remarkable, creative people. So I think you'll enjoy that. So on that note, I'd like to bring forth two individuals you may know, both Tanya Santana and Lloyd Haddad, our sales team dynamic duo, if you may. Both have done some remarkable work, specifically over the last 2 years, specifically during the pandemic. It's not hard being in sales during a pandemic. It's not easy being in sales normally, but certainly during a pandemic, it's not easy. So salute certainly all our sales team members across the country, from California all the way up to Jersey, to the Pacific Northwest and down into Florida, and everywhere in between. Thank you for your hard work and your tenacity and your grit and your willingness to, just defy odds and challenge the status quo and think differently and open up new business, go deeper with partners, offer, far more than the average bear. And I'm super thankful. And it's led by two beautiful human beings who have been with the company for some time. I know Tanya's been well over a decade, and Lloyd is pushing into that realm as well. I call them dynamic duo because they really complement one another. And here's a little message about, from them. They'd obviously love to be here, but here's a video message pre-recorded for you today. Hope you enjoy it.
Hi guys, my name is Tanya Santana.
And I'm Lloyd Haddad.
And we are your sales leaders. Can I say, wow, 6 months have already gone by. This year has gone by in a flash. I remember it being January 1st, 2021, and being relieved that 2020 was behind us, and really excited, optimistic, and hopeful for a new year. And everything's just gone in such fast pace. And here we are now at our second all hands meeting of 2021. Very exciting. I wanted to share a couple of things with you guys, some really amazing highlights that our sales team has accomplished. In February, we had a photo frame promotion, and we did 43% over the budgeted goal, which is excellent. Also in March, we had a stretcher bar promo and did 39% over our budgeted goal. The sales team has done such a phenomenal job, and they have really come into 2021 with a lot of energy, a lot of vivaciousness, and a lot of commitment and dedication to one another amongst ourselves, but also to our partners that we service that have been dedicated to us for such a long time. Most recently, we had an Instagram contest with our new product, our 2021 January launch. And it was a really fun, engaging contest that we had. Kudos to Aztec Graphics for winning the first place. Excellent job. Thank you everybody for your participation and for your entries. Everyone did an amazing job, and we just all voted amongst ourselves, and Aztec got the #1 place. So thank you so much. We really do appreciate our partners' participation. It's really important when we do have promos, when we do have contests, when we do have just any kind of social media initiative. Without our partners, we really can't do it. So I really want to thank everybody for your support, for supporting our team, for supporting our company, and for just making every event that we've had an amazing success.
Part of the success for our team is also the interaction between our operations team and our customer care team and our finance team and marketing. Really, all of these teams working together in these challenging times. We, just like every industry, have felt the impact of supply chain, have felt the impact of freight charges, have felt the impact of a global pandemic. And everybody working together has really helped make us a successful team and a successful company. We appreciate all of our partners' patience with us as we do continue to get more product in our warehouses all of the time. At any given time, we have containers on the water headed this way so that we can make sure that we have stock levels for all of your projects, all of your amazing artwork that you're framing for us.
Yeah, I mean, I couldn't agree more. It's definitely a team effort. And Lloyd couldn't have said it better. It is collective. It is our customer care department. It is our operations. It's definitely the leadership of this company. Thank you so much to John Guerreri, Tony Guerreri, for continuing to support us throughout just everything we do and just keeping this company moving forward in a direction of innovation and just always doing things differently and coming out on top. You know, we've been in business for 37 years, and that's a testament not only to the people in our company, but our partners that have been supporting us for a lifetime or for maybe the last couple of years. But regardless of that, I know that there are many other companies out there that you can choose from, and you continue to choose Roma because of the team that we have, because of the dedication that we bring, and just the commitment and the honesty and the integrity. So I really do want to thank everybody for the collective effort of just making our success your success. And
Correct.
I just can't wait for 2022. We have so many great things in store. We're looking forward to ending this year on an upswing. But again, thank you to everybody for just being there nonstop. We made it through a pandemic. I think we can make it through anything at this point. So thank you to all.
Great. And we just want to also say, congratulations again to the sales team for just really, really doing a great job this first half of the year. We will look forward to being just as strong in the second half. We do have currently, as with most companies with challenges, we do have an opening for our Chicago territory. So anybody that's interested should talk to Petro or Tanya or myself. Again, thanks everybody, and have a great rest of the all hands meeting.
Thank you.
Well done, Tanya and Lloyd. Heck, missed you guys. It's been way too long since we've got together in person. I hope in September, October, we could probably find a time to actually meet somewhere. But despite whatever challenges and adversities that have come with COVID, I think we've overcame a lot together. I think there were challenging times for sure, but I think Tanya, Lloyd, the sales team really stepped up to the plate. I think they did some remarkable work. They continued to. We're certainly not easy on them, and when we say we're not easy, it's because we care. But the team is working really well, really committed, really driven, and certainly producing results that have been unprecedented here at our company. So thank you all for your hard work. So we're really excited to talk about Tuesday Talks. Tuesday Talks started at the height of the pandemic last year, and we didn't really know what it was going to become. I think a lot of people were isolated, the communication wasn't flowing, and really Tuesday Talks in itself was intended to build community. And in a time where we were all closed down, locked down, Tuesday Talks act as a beacon for our industry. And we had the best of the best in the industry, and we interviewed them. We went deep with them. We had a lot of laughs with them. It was fantastic, and we had lots of viewership. I even forget about the number of views, which is not really important. It's how are we spotlighting the best, and how are they, offsetting what otherwise is happening right in the moment. And we did that, and we did 32 consecutive episodes. It was fantastic every Tuesday at 1 p.m. And we shared best practices, and I think that was the real key to our Tuesday Talk session is we would not only bring on the best and brightest, but they were so candid, so open, so genuine in sharing about some best practices they use to really become successful. And I'm a firm believer that success leaves clues. And as such, they were just so giving of their knowledge. And so that was another reason why we did it. And the final reason we think is to inspire the next generation of framers, the next generation of designers coming into the industry. It gives them a sneak peek, a very easy sneak peek into what some of the best are doing within the industry. And so we're really excited about Tuesday Talks, and we've been talking feverishly about what do we do next. And folks, I have a bit of a trailer I'd like to show you. Take a look. All right, we're live. Good afternoon. Welcome to Tuesday Talks with Tony here. Well, you told me to bring a cocktail, so...
Cheers.
Nice. Good for you.
Hey, I'm on a live podcast.
So there you have it, folks. We're really excited about launching Season 2 of Tuesday Talks coming September of this year. We think it's going to be amazing, and we have some already awesome guests lined up on deck who are going to be sharing their wisdom, and it'll be an ad hoc, right in the moment, sharing authentically what's transpiring. What are you doing today? What's really working for you? What hasn't? And what are you doing going forward? What are some of the trends? What are things you're seeing? All in hopes to, like I said, build community, which is very important. It's up to us to build a community, to share best ideas, which is very important. And most importantly, I think also, is to inspire the next generation of designers, framers, interior designers. So we think it's going to be a lot of fun. We're super excited. So Tuesday Talks will start Season 2 in September of 2021. If you're interested, if you're a BPS and or if you're a business partner, if you're one of our customers or not, meaning if you're a customer of ours in North America or abroad and want to be on the show, please hit us up at marketing@romamolding.com or speak to your local BPS, and he or she will have that information sent to me directly and our team, and we'll review the request. And also, if you're a custom framer designer abroad and you're not currently a partner of ours, that's okay. We want to hear from you. We would love to host you. We want to know the awesome things you're doing and how you're doing it in your country, in your state, in your province, in your continent, for God's sakes. So my call is if you're in Australia, if you're in Japan, if you're in China, if you're in various different parts of the world, Lithuania, Alaska, if you're wherever you may be, or the tip of Florida, or in the Keys, or in Mexico, or various parts of South America, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to showcase you on Tuesday Talks Season 2. So that's that. We're super excited. Stay tuned, September 2021. And folks, just before I leave the stage for a bit, we have a special announcement we'd like to make. This has been something we've been working on for some time. And I want to preface it with, you can either complain about things not happening in life, or you can get in action. And as of late, I put up a post on Instagram that just talk to me, because I truly believe there's two types of people in this world. There's the one that will give you excuses, or the ones that are getting in action. And getting in action doesn't mean it's perfect. It means they're taking steps forward to make things happen, versus really complaining about why it should happen, or why it could happen, or why it didn't happen. And as such, we're trying to advocate to get in action. And as such, we did that. And our special announcement, it's fantastic. On September 15th, going forward from now into the oblivion, we have worked with the National Day Center, and we've proclaimed, along with the National Day Center, that it is National Custom Framing Day on September 15th. We're super excited about that, and we really have been mustering and really brainstorming what should this day be. We were kind of astonished that the day never existed, and we think this is a rally really for our entire industry. This is not just a Roma thing, folks. It's actually not. It doesn't say Roma National Custom Framing Day. It's just National Custom Framing Day. So my call to everybody watching is to create awareness to the industry, to create awareness on National Custom Framing Day. Do something. I don't care what you do, but just do something to really propagate our industry, to really push our industry forward. And so we're really excited about that. We'll be doing certainly some amazing things that day, that week, leading up to that week. So stay tuned for more things around our National Custom Framing Day. This is super exciting. We don't understand why it didn't exist. We got in action. We have it officially created, so it's not just something we did. We officially created this, kind of like National Ice Cream Day or National Margarita Day. We now have created a National Custom Framing Day. Super excited about what this means, and hope that you use the hashtag that day. There'll be certainly much more marketing put behind this in the weeks leading up to September 15th. So we're excited about that. But really, why we did this, many might ask, why did you take it upon yourself? Well, number one, we took it upon ourselves because it didn't exist. The team brought it forward. This is not a Tony initiative, but yet a Roma initiative and an industry initiative. We think it's important. So first and foremost is to build awareness for our industry. We think that's fun. It's to celebrate custom framing. Like, how cool is it to get a custom framing piece? So we want to celebrate that, amplify that on September 15th. And we also think September 15th, we toyed with the day, is almost an official framing season kickoff. Because we all know the latter part from September to December really lights up in our industry. And what better way to kick off that season than a National Custom Framing Day? And we hope you guys have a lot of fun with this. There's no permissions needed. You could use the hashtag National Custom Framing Day. Have fun with it. Play with it. I'm certainly going to be speaking along with our team to Picture Frame Magazine, to a number of different organizations, the PPFA, and a number of friends, throughout the industry, that we all come together and we use this. We think it's good for the industry, not just good for a company, but good for the industry. We hope you enjoy it. And stay tuned for more details. So obviously, we didn't want to let the cat out of the hat completely. We wanted to solidify that date. You've watched it here live, so it's really cool. But certainly stay tuned for details in and around that date, but certainly on that date and that week, which should be a lot of fun. So, folks, we've covered a lot of ground here at All Hands Meeting 32, and there's still a lot more to come. We have some amazing speakers, and the next speaker I'd like to bring up is actually Michael Pilata. You know him. He's been on multiple All Hands meetings. He's someone that works in the back end of our company, ensuring the stability of the company. He's going to talk to you about everything from the financial perspective around Roma. So please welcome Michael to the stage. Michael, please come up.
Thank you, Tony. Once again, it's a pleasure to be up here at another All Hands meeting. At this point, I'd like to say hi to all our employees, from those here at head office, to those across all our DCs, as well as our BPSs across the continent. As you know, 2020 was a challenging year. But in saying that, we learned a lot. We were able to come together as a company, as a community, as a nation, to work through it. And as we hit the halfway point in 2021, it is evident that we can face any battles and come out as winners. Roma continues to perform well in 2021. From our BPSs and customer care in handling orders, to our warehouse employees in filling and shipping those orders as quickly as possible, Roma has not missed a beat. As has been mentioned throughout this all hands meeting presentation, the sales team is doing a phenomenal job. Sales growth are above targets and continue to rise. Great work, sales team. The 2021 budget, we continue to monitor and review the budget throughout the year to ensure that we stay on course. All departments are maintaining cost at levels either at budget or below budget. Kudos to you. Although the budget was prepared in the latter part of 2020, it is not static. We continue to make modifications and changes to the budget as we speak. The upcoming months are full of excitement and look very promising. There are numerous projects on the go, and one involves looking at how we currently prepare our reporting financials and to try to streamline those so that the information becomes available on a timelier basis. By the way, have I ever told you how fabulous our finance team is? Starting with the credit department, Alba Rizzuta and Pamela Mallette are doing an amazing job at building a strong relationship with all the partners and at the same time having cash flow at healthy levels. Mary Mofara and Paula DiMeno are also doing great work, ensuring that our vendors are happy on the payable side, as well as processing payroll to ensure that all employees are happy, and filing all government regulatory reports on a timely basis. Finally, to all of you, I've said this in the past and I'll continue to say it. It is your hard work, your dedication, your commitment that makes Roma what it is. Without you, Roma would not exist. So I thank you. I also like to wish all of you and your loved ones days full of happiness and health, and that you remain safe. If you have any questions, my contact information is up on the screen, or it can be reached at extension 344. Once again, thank you. So at this point, I would like to call up Petra and Simona up onto the stage.
Thank you, Michael. Hello, everyone. My name is Petra Pipiska, and I'm the Culture and Talent Leader. I'm so excited to be here with you at AHM 32. And with me is one of the fresh new faces at Roma HQ.
Hi, everybody. My name is Simona Argiro. I am the new Culture and Talent Admin here at Roma. Today's my first all hands, and I'm so excited.
As you know, the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic has affected every aspect of our lives, from how we are able to socially interact together to how we do business. Simona and I have been keeping close contact with DC leaders to ensure that we meet and exceed all local policies and regulations. This increased communication, as well as our ongoing health and safety meetings, has resulted in some updates to our policies, handbooks, and procedures. As you know, we communicate any updates immediately, whether it's through morning huddles, email blasts, or posted memos. Our goal is to make sure that we keep our employees healthy, and also that anyone walking into a Roma facility, whether in US or Canada, feels happy and safe. On that note, Simona, tell us about some changes.
Since January of this year, Roma has onboarded 14 new team members that I'm so excited to have the opportunity to introduce to you. We started off our year onboarding Paula DiMeno in finance on January 12th. To follow, we had Paulo join us in our ops department. Paulo's our operations coordinator. Camille joined our team, our BPS team, in Quebec in February. We also had Jack Murphy join us in February as a BPS serving the New Jersey region. We had Carmen, our new Woodbridge DC leader, join us in March. We had Lizette join our production team here at Roma HQ. Sarah officially joined our marketing department as our communication specialist in April. Myself, I joined the Roma family in April of this year. We had Kimberly join us at our Atlanta location as our warehouse admin assistant. Rosabeth, spearheading our e-commerce sales, joined us in May. And we had Christian Villani, our new graphic designer, join us in July. We had Andros join our production team in New Jersey. Anthony also joined our production team in our LA location. And this week joining us, we had our new supply chain leader, Ross, who we are so excited to have on board. I just wanted to have this opportunity to say thank you and welcome to each and every single one of you. We are so excited and we can't wait to see where this year takes us. As you know, Roma is always looking for new talent. We have 2 new career opportunities currently that we are recruiting for. We have our office coordinator for our New Jersey location. We are looking for a BPS to join our team serving the Chicago region. And Roma's always looking for new and talented individuals to join our production team at all locations. On that note, I'll pass it back to Petra.
Thanks, Simona. As you know, at Roma, we work hard, but we also play hard. And I'd like to introduce our culture team, which includes Mel, Paula, Simona, and I. The culture team is responsible for planning and executing all of our social events year-round. We're also responsible for Roma Wish. As you know, past Roma Wish missions included teammates traveling near and far to help those in need. Due to the ongoing travel restrictions, this year's Roma Wish will look a little bit different. I'll let Tony speak to that though. However, I want to assure you that our tradition of helping others will continue. After all, we're Roma. We believe in working hard, helping others, and having fun. On that note, we will also continue to celebrate our wins and have fun together. Of course, keeping everyone's safety in mind. Now it's back to Simona. Tell us more.
Thank you. So Roma kicked off our summer celebrating 2 very important events, both Canada Day and Independence Day. They were both awesome, and I just want to say thank you to each and every one of you who showed up, made the day possible, and celebrated with us. Moving forward, to follow, we have an ice cream sundae bar at all locations, which will take place on Friday, August 13th. Roma's big on traditions, and as everyone looks forward to, our Roma birthday barbecue, that will take place on September 16th. Another fan favorite, which is happening to follow, will be our Halloween costume contest. And I know this because I've already heard talks of planning costumes and such. So as you know, Roma is big on listening to what our team members feel and receiving any feedback possible. Concluding today's AHM, as we have at every single one, each team member will have the opportunity to complete a survey which will help us to just gain some real-time feedback, find any blind spots, and proactively adapt and evolve. We want to be able to hear where we can be better, where we can help us to grow, where we can go from here. We want to listen to each and every team member and be able to actively move forward.
Absolutely. Should you have any opinions, comments, questions, or feedback, we're here to listen. You can reach me directly at extension 366, or feel free to email me at ppipiska@romamolding.com.
I can be reached at srgiro@romamolding.com or at my extension 323. Thank you. And now I'm so excited to call Tony back up on stage for some more exciting news.
Awesome. Well done, ladies. Thank you so much. The team has done a remarkable job, guys. They're working very hard to get at the various different things happening at our company. So on behalf of everybody at Roma, thanks for your hard work, your dedication. The Roma culture team is alive and well. And just stay tuned for a lot of great things to come. Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you. So moving along, culture is obviously very important to us, and Petra and Simona, lead the way in culture, but culture's all our job. It's all our jobs to make sure that we continue to foster a really great place here at Roma. And as a result, many that know me believe great people know great people. It's been an adage I've lived by. I believe in it. I wholeheartedly believe in it, and I live it. And as such, we've had a referral program in our company for the last decade, and it's done really well. And it's an encouragement of what I believe. I believe we have remarkable people, and I think remarkable people know remarkable people. We want to incentivize our own team to bring forward the remarkable people they know and reward them. And so that's been really well, working really great, and I can't thank you enough for recommending some. And It takes a lot to recommend someone. Just think in your own life. How many times would you recommend a carpenter or recommend a plumber or recommend whoever to do something? You're very, or at least I know myself, I hold that very near and dear to me. So when I see someone recommend someone to Roma as a team member, I'm first and foremost in huge gratitude and appreciation that you've taken the time to think about us, that you've taken the time to think about someone else and joining the two. And as such, that's why we have the referral program. A bit of facts around our referral program. You have employees who are referred by employees have a 50% greater chance of retention, meaning they actually stay at companies longer. It's really interesting because, as we stated, great people know great people, and great people often tend to have the same core value set as we do. So we thought that's really cool. We also, this is a great stat, 88% of employees said that referrals are a #1 source to gain above average applicants. So it goes back to great people know great people. And employee referrals are actually responsible or are much more likely to be hired, about 400% more likely to be hired than just a cold, referral or a cold, from Indeed or wherever that may be, an applicant. So 400% more likely to be hired. Incredible stats, and it helps us actually see the power of a talent referral program. We think our talent referral program is working. We think the bonus given for the talent referral program is awesome, but I'd like to announce right here on that stage, we'd like to up the game. And right now, it's $1,000 given to the employee who refers an employee. Now, there are some stipulations and there are rules to how this works, but right now we're going from $1,000, and I'm proud and honored, and I want to keep pushing this number up, that I'd like to move this to $1,500. So anybody within our company that refers somebody to our company and stays longer than 1 year at our company, there are some stipulations, and Simona and Petra will be updating the policy since it's changing. You will be entitled to $1,500. That's just a reward for bringing forward remarkable people. And I'm just so proud that we're able to do this live here so everybody knows it. So our open positions. We often encourage you, even if the position is not open, refer someone. You never know what we have working in the background. As Petra and Simona stated, we're always looking for awesome production team members. I always believe there's always a seat in the bus for remarkable people. And as such, we're just proud that we were able to make this happen. So that's the referral program. Really great things to come. And that's where we stand. So a lot of great things. You heard from Petra. You heard from Simona, Michael, and you're about to hear from a few more individuals at our company. So moving forward, I'd like to bring up our customer experience leader, Tanya Ferraro. She's amazing. You've heard her speak before on the All Hands meeting stage. And without further ado, I'd like to welcome Tanya. Tanya, please come up.
Thank you, Tony.
Thank you.
Hi, everyone. Hope everyone is enjoying the show. First and foremost, we had a really great year so far. All of our team members, from customer care, from our operations, our DCs, our sales team, our admin teams, everyone's worked really hard so far, and we're already, halfway through the year. And all the different areas focus on their own different things, but essentially, at the end of the day, it all comes down to the customer experience. And that's what I want to talk to you today about. The teams that come in, they work very hard, and they put 110% effort, and they're ready to go to make sure that we provide the best partner experience. So we've been really focusing on satisfaction rate. We've been identifying different areas of the organization, particularly in the way, the flow of when the orders come in, right to the operations team. What areas can we work on, improve on, and create that better customer experience? So we've been focusing on improving our processes and making sure that that partner experience is one of the best. Our web infrastructure improvements. We also identify areas of our infrastructure of how our partners create or enter their orders or just their plain experience on the web. So we've been really focusing with the different teams, especially our web development teams, and how do we improve that experience through our website? What areas or what gaps can we identify that we can improve on and make sure that going forward our partners have a much better and seamless experience through our website? And although some of the web improvements that we've done so far, wait till you see what's to come, because the little wins that we are doing on our website, come the next all hands meeting, we're gonna have a lot to show you for our partners as well. And team member development, which continues, whether it's last quarter, whether it's last year, whether it's today, whether it's tomorrow, that team member development continues each and every day. We want to make our teams better. We want to identify what areas that we can develop. How do we cross-train? How do we make our team members and empower them to be able to provide that best partner experience? So that's some of the areas that we have been working on to make sure that we are the best in this industry. So I want to talk a little bit about external Net Promoter Score. And as some of you have heard me speak about previously, feedback's a gift. And a couple times a year, we send out, we communicate to our partners and we ask them questions about how we're doing. We want to know. We want to know how are we doing and would you recommend Roma to your family and friends? And we take that feedback and we work on different areas to improving it for the next time or for the next experience that they may have. So we do have a goal of 87%. We want 87% at a very minimum of our partners to recommend Roma to their family and friends. And the results for this last survey, we received an 83%, which is a delta of 5. Now, although that doesn't look very favorable, a lot of the feedback that came had to do with supply chains. So we all know, and it's again, not just Roma, a lot of different areas of the industry, of all their industries, supply chain has been a big challenge for a lot during 2020 and into 2021. And without that, if that was perfect, we would have exceeded 87% and probably hit much higher, because a lot of our partners said a lot of great things that we've been doing over the last year or so. So what I want to do now is I want to share some of the feedback that we received while conducting these surveys, which I think I know we're very proud of. A lot of our partners had a lot of great things to say. And yes, there was a lot of things that we need to work on, but we had a lot of great feedback, and I want to share some of that with you.
No issues, wonderful service, wonderful product, and beautiful design. Roma has always been very helpful and great service. I had a defective order come in, but this does not change my opinion because Roma is continuously great to work with. Roma allows me to do things I absolutely love. Special designs for customers, wide range of molding styles, and finishes that allow me to do incredible things. My life would be very different without Roma. Your whole crew is great, and my sales rep Joanne is spectacular.
Thank you to our partners for providing that feedback and for taking the time out of your day for helping us complete these surveys. It really means a lot to us to receive that feedback, because that's the only way we're going to be able to learn, to grow, and know exactly how we're doing. So I want to share some other metrics with you, metrics that we use to help identify how we're doing as well internally within our customer care center. So we do have a 97% goal for greatest service. And what that means is we encompass a few different algorithms or a few different metrics, and we want to make sure that our average speed of answer is on target. We want to make sure that our average call duration is on target. We want to make sure that we're not abandoning phone calls when they come in. And all of those different little metrics encompasses a goal, an amount of 97% goal for us to achieve. So I'm really proud to identify and to say that our greatest service year to date is actually 97.2%, which is fantastic. We know some days are busier than others, but overall we're achieving our target, which tells us that we're servicing our partners to where we want to be. Another metric that we do have is the average speed of answer. So the average speed of answer gives us an idea of how, on average, how long our partners are waiting when they're calling into our queue. So we do have a target of 50 seconds. We don't want them to wait any more than 50 seconds on average. Again, as mentioned, some days are busier, some days aren't, but on average, 50 seconds, we believe that is a fair amount, and we try to strive to make sure that we answer every call within that time frame. And we're proud to say that our average speed of answer year to date is 46 seconds with a variance of 4 seconds. Great job, customer care team. You guys are doing awesome. Make sure that our customers aren't waiting a long time on the phones to speak to one of us. So next I want to talk about a few little more great wins that I think are really important, and sometimes they overlooked, but I think they're really great wins. And our team, when they come to work, it's not just about answering phone calls and taking orders. There's a lot of different things that the team does throughout the day to help service our partners. The first one are responding to email communication. Email's a really big way to communicate, not just for orders, but for a lot of different things, different issues, different concerns, different feedback. And I am proud to say that up to now, from January to now, we've responded to at least 13,000 emails. That is amazing. Calls, we've answered 58,000 calls from January until now. And lastly, another great win is chats. We've responded to around 1,000 chats year to date, which is super fantastic because it's another way that our partners are able to communicate with us. So where do we go from here? Well, we're going to continue with the initiatives that we had started the year out with, and we're just going to grow them. Web e-commerce experience. Again, developing that experience through our website. Does everybody know that we can place orders through the web? We can check our stock levels through the web. Well, it's going to get even better than that. There's going to be a lot of different things on the website that are going to really wow our partners, and that's a really big initiative for our team to make sure that that web experience is bang on. Our partner experience improvements. Again, that goes with our satisfaction rate, reduce our return rate, and we're going to look for friction, look for continuous friction in the organization that we can nip in the bud, that we can create a new process or improvement, and we can build that quality experience for our partners. Again, I'm here for anyone that does want to reach out to me. If anyone has questions or concerns or any feedback, I'm here at Tanya T. Ferraro at romamolding.com at extension 340. And I just want to end by saying thank you to all the wonderful humans in our organization that do a fantastic job, and they love what they do, and they come in every day to make sure that our partners' experience is a wow one. Thank you. And at this time, I'd like to call Tony back up to the stage.
Thanks, Tanya. And this is one of my, favorite areas of the all hands meeting. It's a time where we get to talk about our partner accolades. What the partners are saying, what our people are saying. This is a really fun area because it gives us, a high-level look into what some of the folks are saying about our company. And in many respects, some of the folks on our team don't get to hear this on a daily basis, while, let's say, our BPSs and customer care members do hear it often. So I hope you enjoy this. A few different messages from various different partners. Warms my heart, and I hope it warms yours. So first one is our social wow. We've been getting a lot of social accolades, a lot of love through social media. I think our team is doing a phenomenal job binding that community together, sharing really great content, and I think it's working really well, and the metrics are pointing in that manner. So to date, we've had 750 social love or social shout-outs. It's been fantastic. We've been tracking them, and the team behind the scenes are just meticulous. Like, they're doing really great things and connecting and building bonds and relationships, which is awesome. And one of our awesome shout-outs is Bianca from S Framing Piazza. Hear what she has to say.
Bianca's Framing Piazza says, exquisite, painted in 1809,
deliciously layered with depth and detail. So pleased with our frame choice of Roma Molding's Belly Pock, a personal favorite.
So thank you, Bianca, for that wonderful shout out. We appreciate it. Here is one of our PEC cards that one of our team members, David, has sent out. And this is what the feedback was on the other end.
Heather at City Art says, at Roma Molding, thank you for always looking after your customers.
So, our team sends out these personal emotional connection cards. And I think they do a great job in doing so. And it really helps foster that relationship, build deeper ties, and show people we care. And this is what Lynn Himes has to say. It's just a remarkable testament to our company and to our people. Here's what she said.
Lynn Himes says, 32 years with this company, never disappointed.
So thank you so much, Lynn and the others, for really taking time to give us that feedback, share things on social for us, and being huge ambassadors and advocates of the Roma brand. And here's another one from Frame Monster in LA. Great people, love them so much. Here's what they had to say.
Frame Monster LA says, the thing about Roma Molding is their customer service is the best, especially their honesty. I was on the phone with one of their folks and they were completely honest with me, recommending we select another option for one of our out of stocks so that our customers won't continue to wait. I appreciate this honesty. Thanks for your integrity, Roma. This is why we love you.
And well done, customer care team. Well done and our social team in being honest, being forthright, being genuine. And it's those actions that predicate these type of responses. Really awesome. And here's one of our wow calls. I'm so happy our wow calls are back. Listen to this wow call.
Hi, you reached Neil at Roma. Happy Monday. What can I do for you today?
Hey, Neil, it's Andrea with the Framers on Peachtree. How you doing?
Wow, they're keeping you late then, huh? They're keeping you late.
A little bit. Actually, this is my second order for today, so we're apparently doing rushes all day.
Oh, wow. Okay. Could I get the partner number to start, please?
Sure. 3295. You doing all right?
Yeah, doing good.
Yeah. You always sound so cheerful.
It's the only way I know how. So
that's
might as
great.
well
That's
run with
awesome.
It. Yeah.
You were wired very well. God wired me on either a Friday or a Monday. It's bad.
What can I get for you here?
I need, it's actually 3 chops, all of the same molding. It's 13945009.
Okay, and the 5?
First one's 25 by 45. Then one at 21 by 45.
Oh, sorry, just a moment.
Oh,
here.
sure.
21 by 45?
Yep.
And then same molding?
Then, yep. And then the last one is 25 by 29.
Okay, great. Okay, so it's all the same molding, 13945009. Did I get that right?
13945009. Yep, that's right.
Great. And so I'll just skip over the molding number, and then see your sizes are, first is a chop 25 by 45. Then we have a...
I'm sorry. Oh, okay, yeah, I'm sorry. I was going to the second one. Sorry about that.
No problem. So 25 by 45, and then a 21 by 45, and then finally a 25 by 29.
That's perfect.
Okay, great.
How's stock looking?
Amazing.
Fingers crossed.
Oh, amazing.
Good.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. You just saved the day.
I'll take it. Sure. And the confirmation number do you need for this?
Yeah, that would be great.
Yeah, absolutely. I have 1284907.
Excellent. Thank you so much, Neil. Have a great week.
Yeah, you too, Andrea. Take care.
Right,
Bye-bye.
bye.
Well done, Neil. Well done, customer care team. Thank you, Andrea, one of our awesome partners. The key to having a successful business, in my opinion, is having remarkable people. And I talked about that as having A players. And then seeing it in action, Neil's natural state is to deliver service. The customer care team's natural state, each human being in our customer care team is remarkable. And to hear these wow calls come forward is just phenomenal. So thank you, customer care team, for going above and beyond constantly to ensure our customers are certainly wowed, but also feeling the wow. So thank you so much. So moving along, folks, it is Core Value Award time. here at Roma, we're super excited about Core Value Awards. I tell people all the time within the organizations they should be doing Core Value Awards by the people, for the people. And that's what we've been doing very early on here at Roma, and something we continue to do as a tradition. And so you've spoken and we've listened, and therefore we're acknowledging 3 beautiful human beings who, by you, the team, have felt that they've exemplified a core value at our company far above and beyond the norm. And our first core value recipient is John Demkowitz, our BPS for Georgia and surrounding areas. Here's what you folks had to say.
I would like to nominate John Demkowitz for living and breathing Roma core value number 1, deliver wow through service. John is a true brand ambassador, living and breathing exceptional service, both internally to our team and externally to his partners. John is extremely proactive, driven to succeed, and an all-around joy to work with. Thanks, John, for always going above and beyond.
Way to go, John. And next is Paulo Ramandia. Paulo joined our company, I believe, 4 to 5 months ago. Just a great soul, great human, doing great work, learning leaps and bounds. Paulo, you're doing a great job. Keep it up, my man. He's in logistics and inventory. Here's what you folks had to say.
Paulo Romandia has been an exceptional addition to the Roma operations team and a real example of core value number 5, be passionate, committed, and driven. Having just recently joined the Roma team, Paulo has embraced his position here by jumping right in to help his team out, taking on any new task and working closely with John Guerreri, assisting in purchasing molding, and always showing up friendly and welcoming.
Way to go, Paulo. Thank you for everything you do. You are a new addition to our team. You've been here for, I believe, 4 to 5 months. You've been learning a heck of a lot. You've gone through some transitions. You're learning. You're asking a lot of questions. Thank you for being on the team. I think, your runway is very long here at the company, and we're very happy you're here. Thank you for nominating Paulo for this award. He certainly deserves it, and I'm happy to share it with all you today. So way to go, Paulo. And last but certainly not least, for our Core Value Awards at this All Hands meeting, here's our next award winner. And your next award winner is Neil Adams. Here's what you have to say about Neil.
Neil Adams sets the bar when it comes to customer service, giving everything he has to provide exceptional partner experiences. Just about mastering core value number 1, deliver wow through service. Neil communicates in a friendly way and is always building rapport with our partners. He is extremely passionate about his work and always looking for ways to improve. Thanks, Neil, for being so passionate about service.
Way to go, Neil. We're so happy to have you on the team. Neil's a great guy. If you've seen him in the office, if you've heard him over the phone, it's really easy to hear, Neil's demeanor, and clearly continues to make an impact both for our partners and internally with everyone here. Really happy that Neil got acknowledged. Congratulations, Neil. But congratulations to all 3 awesome humans. Thank you for your service here at Roma. Thank you for going above and beyond and living our core values in a manner that moved, inspired someone on the team or a few people on the team to nominate you. So way to go, guys. Y'all look fantastic, by the way. Moving along, this has been an incredible all hands meeting. We've had a number of speakers adorn the stage. We've had Michael Pilata come on stage. You've met Carmen for the first time. You've seen Petra and Simona come on. Tanya Ferraro. You've even heard from Tanya and Lloyd, which has been incredible. And there's so many other people behind the scenes I'd love to, have on this stage, but are working very hard as we speak, to deliver that remarkable experience to our partners. So All Hands Meeting 32, we shared a lot about what we've completed, and we've talked about that early on as far as an update. A lot of great things happening. We're sharing where we are as a company, and the analytics and the numbers look really great. We talk about some of the way we make people feel, and that's been fantastic. And all in all, things could not be better at our company. And we owe it to our team internally. Thank you so much for your hard work and your tenacity in being that A player I know you to be. And also thank you to our partners around the country, around the globe, who continuously show up for us, who continuously are loyal, continuously purchase our products, and to the ones that are huge brand ambassadors, we sincerely thank you for that. It's because of you we're able to do what we do, and I want to say thank you. And before we go, I want to share one last thing that is near and dear to my heart, and I'm sure once I share it with you, it'll become near and dear to your heart. As you know, the world right now is a tumultuous place, both with COVID-19 continuously ravaging havoc over various different parts of the globe. There's a lot of uncertainty in various parts of the world. Obviously, some parts of the world are able to deal with it, better than others. Some have much more capability of attaining aid than others. Food isn't a problem here per se in North America as it is in some of the poorer countries. And one of the things that has been brought to my attention is the challenging and sad state of Cuba. And for many of you, you know about Cuba. You know it to be a cool destination, but Cuba is just right there in the middle there, just the southern tip, very close to Florida. Population of Cuba is 11.3 million people, give or take. It's about 90 miles off the coast of the Florida coastline. And it's been under communist rule for about 56 years. And anybody who knows me knows I don't stand for communist rule. I just don't think it's good for the people in any way, shape, or form. And as a result, Cuba's had a hard go. The Cuba we know and see on television and even on Google is this Cuba here, where everybody goes to resorts and beautiful white sandy beaches, beautiful people, and that's what we know Cuba to be. But the fact of the matter is, Cuba is being, in many respects, censored right now, and a lot of the news media, unfortunately, isn't either able to cover the tragedies that are happening in Cuba or choose not to, I'm not sure. But either way, it's not being covered properly. And when we were talking about Cuba in the community, a lot of people in my community came forth and said, hey, if you're going to help Cuba, I want in. Or, oh my God, have you heard about Cuba and some of the atrocities that are happening there? And it was only until I really started to dig deeper did I find what actually is happening in Cuba. And while this, yes, is a resort on Cuba, what's happening in Cuba right now is a very different place. There's a lot of unrest in Cuba, and they're fighting in many respects for liberty and freedom. Freedoms that we otherwise take for granted in North America and various different parts of the world. And as a result, in doing our research, we came across one quote that really touched us. And it's a quote from a father who lives in Cuba and who otherwise wanted to remain anonymous in fear of persecution, in fear of oppression, or worse, death. And here's his quote, and I want to read it to you. We are standing up, fighting for our lives because of the repression against the people. They are starving us to death. Havana is collapsing. We have no house, no food, no medicine for our children and our families. We have nothing. And it's sad that, right here as I stand on this stage, there are families with children, women and children and men, who are literally starving, who are literally selling whatever they can to muster up potentially what we otherwise would call a snack, they call a meal for their families. And as we got deeper and talked to community members, many of the community members we've spoken to are from Cuban descent. They now live in North America, both in Canada and the US. And the minute I talk about Cuba, they just cry and they feel helpless. And right now, flights going into Cuba are restricted. Foreign media is restricted. And I think it's important that we shine a light on this for a whole host of reasons. And I'll get to that in a second, but here's a small depiction of some of the small photos that we were able to muster up because it's just not being made public. And before I show those, I want to remind you about what Roma Wish is about. And we felt that Cuba really is a great recipient of Roma Wish mission. Now, our traditional Roma Wish mission has people otherwise from North America actually travel in and do works, physical, laborious work, whether it's rebuild housing, rebuild churches, rebuild schools, help with children, whatever it may be, whatever we're called to do, we do. For obvious reasons, we aren't able to actually go and make physical difference, but we're going to make a difference here, folks. And to remind everyone, our Roma Wish mission, it's our team's way of giving back to not only the communities we live and play in, but also the world we share. And I feel, as a leader of this company, very passionate about that. I think we're blessed beyond our wildest dreams to be where we are. And in simple terms, it's an opportunity to make a difference. And I want to welcome you to Roma Wish Mission Cuba for 2021. And prior to 2020, we had done 6 missions in person in those areas. 2020, during the pandemic, we weren't able to do nothing for various different reasons because everything was shut down. Looking back, I'm kind of bummed out that we didn't do something. We could have done something. We didn't. But I wasn't going to let another year by just because of the excuses as to why we couldn't help, but rather get in action in some way, shape, or form. So 2021 is going to be dedicated to Cuba and helping the Cuban people. Here's a small photo montage we have as to what's transpiring in Cuba right now. As you can see, there's some deplorable, roads and areas and dilapidated buildings. And it's just not a place where, to me, it looks very safe for children. Their housing is not up to par. It's just inadequate for humans to live in. And there's 11 million people who live in Cuba. But what's more sad is basic medicine and equipment isn't available. So the stories I've heard that children are otherwise suffering because there's no anesthetic, or suffering because they either have COVID and don't have the medicines to fight off COVID-19 and are otherwise having to suffer through it. From what I hear, it's pretty tragic. Just living conditions are deplorable, as I shared, and basic freedoms and rights that we take for granted are just not being met in this part of the world. There's also massive food shortages. I talked to you about many of them having maybe one meal a day, and what they call a meal and what we call a meal is two very different things. These are men, women, and children who have to scavenge for food and who otherwise are selling whatever they own for the few pieces of bread that they're able to find. Just unsanitary areas, disease, as those things start to mount, disease starts to mount. And then there's oppressions of basic freedom. So the challenge in Cuba right now is if you talk against the communist regime, they otherwise oppress you, they otherwise lock you up, or worse, you're taken away never to be found again, and or your family is taken away never to be found again. And the Cuban people are living in this fear every day, every minute, and feel helpless. And they've been making cries out to the world, and I hope this is a rally call for all the various leaders around the world. I pray that they hear the cries of the Cuban people and that they're freed from this oppressive regime which otherwise crushes human freedoms and gives no rights to men and women of any color, of any creed. And I just don't think that's right. And the people are fighting, and even as they fight in the streets, they're very scared. They're very scared because any fighting against or any protesting against governments can lead to very bad things happening to your family. And while we think photos do it justice, they really don't. And so I've, in my quest to find people from Cuba, both here and in Cuba, in North America and in Cuba, we came across, we know individuals who we actually know, but we can't say where she's from. We can't tell you she is female. She lives in Cuba and kindly asked that we don't give anything of her name or her family name or where she's from, her origins, in fear of, like I shared with you, persecution and death. And she lives with that fear of death every day if she speaks out. What's awesome is she's found a way with a small group of individuals to be able to bring in supplies and food. That's all I'm able to say today, but we're going to help this individual, and I'll tell you how in a minute. But before we do, we also have another video of someone living in Cuba who is making a plea to people like myself, you folks, and the world for help. I can't but feel compelled to want to help. And I know after you watch this video, you'll feel the same. So this is sensitive content, but I hope you hear the sincerity in her voice for help.
Hello. I will probably come with more of the same, but I think that the situation needed. My Cubans has been in the street now for 3 days asking for freedom, and this is really important to say because the Cuban government is making fake news. So it's really important to say my Cubans start a protest in a really pacific way asking for freedom. And the government respond to them, putting militaries and police in the street, shooting them, hitting them, killing them. And the only thing that they have to defend themselves is the social medias. And they even cut internet so they can show out what is happening inside there. So I have a really hole in my heart with this situation, and I want to ask you, help us. Help me to help the mothers that today doesn't know where is their sons. The sons that doesn't know where is their fathers, because it's a lot of people that just disappear. It's a lot of kids that they just kill. It's a lot of young people that they are killing. They are recruiting teenagers in their house. They take them and they are obligated to go out to fight with his own brothers and sisters in the street. And this, if they don't do it, they go to jail. Cuban government get help now from Venezuela with more militaries to continue killing my people. We are alone, and no one say nothing, no one say about my people. So help me to tell to my Cuban people that they are not alone. Help me, help us to share every news, to tell the rest of the world what is happening in Cuba, because it's the only thing that we have. My Cubans are still fighting there in front, really strong. Even when they kill a lot of them. And they have nothing more than just this social media. So please help us to share everything. Help us to tell what is happening with Cuba right now. Please share the news, share this video. Please, this is really important, please. It's like no one's care. And this is not about politics. This is about humanity. It's our obligation as humans, when we see something that is not fair, to say this is not fair and this is not fair with my people. Please, 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 SOS for Cuba, please.
And so you can hear her testimony there around how they just want help. And I think She said it beautifully. This is not a political cry whatsoever. This is about helping humanity, helping people. So, folks, I know the question comes up, how can we make a difference? And traditionally in a Roma Wish mission, we would go into Cuba, and it's unsafe. It is not safe to go there. We cannot go there. I cannot risk the lives of people. But I think we're going to be doing some really great fundraising throughout our company. I know Roma is going to be doing a ton of things to raise funds so we can buy things. So the goal of this is really to acquire funds that then we can go buy things, basic necessities like toothbrushes and toothpaste, maybe some energy bars, something for the kids, especially in Cuba, who otherwise have no say in what's come their way. I always believe the kids are the innocent victims of it all, but we're going to do something, and we're going to figure this out. We're figuring out ways to get product into Cuba without having it being taken by the government. If we wire money into Cuba, the government can intercept it. I mean, it's not easy. But we're going to figure out a way, folks. And I don't have all the answers, but what I do pledge that we be generous with our giving. And so the first thing we're going to do, and how you can help make a difference, or how your family could help make a difference, is we're going to be having T-shirts here on sale. We haven't printed them yet. But what we're asking is that before you leave this All Hands Meeting 32, that you speak to your DC leader, you speak to your sales leader, or you speak to Petra and Simona, and pre-order a T-shirt. Proceeds of the T-shirt will go 100%, like always in Roma Wish fashion, 100% of the time to the children, to the families in need. And so our why we haven't printed them is we want to get a really nice amount. It'll bring the cost of printing down so we could give more money to the people of Cuba. So on the front it'll say 2021 Mission Cuba, in the name of Roma Wish, where we can make a difference. Obviously the Cuban country there, and on the back is Viva Cuba Libre, and it's basically free Cuba under the oppression and regime of the communist government. We hope this touches you. We hope that you raise your hand to want to support. T-shirts are going to be $15, and proceeds of that will go towards our mission for 2021. We don't even have a goal yet, but we're going to ask if you could be as generous as you can. We're going to be doing some bake sale drives. We're going to be doing some kickoff weeks. We're going to be dedicating some days to this. So stay tuned for more really great things to come. But, on behalf of myself, the entire Roma team, and by the way, if you're a partner out there and feel compelled to want to help Cuba, just raise your hand, let us know. And I'm sure there's ways that you too can help, offset some of this carnage that's happening in a country so close to our own. And, I thank you in advance for your help and your support and your compassion. I deeply thank you for your generosity and giving. And again, interest in this, or if you have a different way you'd like to give. I mean, we haven't set up a GoFundMe or anything like that yet, but we will. But our first thing is we'd love to put in an order for a couple hundred T-shirts where we could get proceeds for the Cuban people. Thank you so much for everything you do. Thank you for your hard work and tenacity. Thank you for helping to make Roma one of the greatest places to work. Thank you for creating remarkable experiences. Thank you for your hard work during what otherwise will go down in history as one of the most precarious times, uncertain times, and yet you all stand up to the occasion. I am super proud to lead this team and humbled to lead this team. You helped me become a better person. You helped me become a better leader. And for that, I cannot thank you enough. So on behalf of everybody at Roma, All Hands Meeting 32 is complete. And I look forward to what's going to be an incredible rest of the year. I'm Tony Guerreri, signing off. Thank you very much.